Lately, I've been thinking about something that I feel almost everyone goes through, but hardly ever talks about. And it's overthinking the smallest things. You know, those tiny moments or words that get stuck in your head suddenly feel way bigger than they really are. Like maybe someone didn't reply to your message as fast as usual, or they said something that sounded a little off, and suddenly your brain starts running wild with all these what ifs, and maybe they meant this, or maybe I did something wrong. It's crazy how something so small can spiral into an entire mental drama, even though deep down you probably know it's not that serious. But still, your mind won't let it go. Have you ever caught yourself doing that? Because I know I have, way too many times. Sometimes it's exhausting because you get stuck in this loop where you're replaying conversations over and over, analyzing every little word or reaction like it's some sort of secret code you have to crack. And the worst part is, most of the time, the other person isn't even thinking about it. They moved on like it was nothing. It's like you're carrying all this weight for something that barely left a mark on their day. I think part of why we do this is because our brains and our minds want things to make sense. Uncertainty is uncomfortable, so our minds try to fill in the blank. The problem is, they often fill those blanks with worst case scenarios or things that might not even be true, and just something you made up. And it's like your brain is trying to protect you from getting hurt. Ironically, it ends up stressing you out way more over seemingly nothing. Instead of helping, overthinking messes with your head and makes simple stuff feel complicated. I also feel like overthinking is hardest when you care about something or someone. The more it matters, the louder those little doubts get. It's weird how caring so much about a person or situation can sometimes just to make your brain fear it. And that fear is based on something incredibly small. You want things to go right so badly that you end up questioning everything, even things that probably don't have answers. And it's not just about other people either. Sometimes we overthink ourselves and our choices, how we act, what we said, like replaying a moment where you think you messed up and then beating yourself up for it. It's really exhausting because it starts to feel like you're your own worst critic and no one else is even paying that much attention, but your mind makes it feel huge. The tricky part about overthinking is that it rarely solves anything. It doesn't change what happened or how someone feels. Instead, it just traps you in this cycle of worry that steals your energy and peace of mind. And I think learning to notice when you're overthinking and stopping yourself before it takes over is truly hard. I haven't got to that point yet at all, but I think it's really important. Sometimes stepping back means distracting yourself, like playing video games, going for a walk, watching a show, or talking with a friend. Other times it means being honest with yourself and saying, I don't have all the answers right now, and that's okay, because honestly, sometimes the smallest things are just that, small. They don't deserve all the energy and time we give them. I'm learning that it's okay to not figure everything out immediately. Sometimes you just have to sit with the uncertainty and let it be uncomfortable for a bit without trying to fix it. Over time, these little things lose their power, and when I start overthinking again, I try to be patient with myself. I don't get mad for feeling that way. I acknowledge that that's just how I think sometimes. It's really crazy how much our minds can turn tiny moments into full-on problems, but maybe that's just part of being human, trying to make sense of a world that often doesn't have clear answers. So instead of fighting it all the time, maybe the goal is to learn how to step back and remind yourself what really deserves